Right now, somewhere in your head, a thought is replaying. Maybe it's something you said an hour ago. Maybe it's something that hasn't even happened yet. You've told yourself to stop. You've tried to relax, distract yourself, even sleep it off. But it's still there, looping. Here's the strange part. Overthinking isn't a flaw in your mind. It's a feature your brain refuses to turn off. Because somewhere, deep down, it thinks it's keeping you alive. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your brain does this, and the one shift that finally quiets it. To understand overthinking, go back about 100,000 years. Back then, a rustling bush could mean wind, or it could mean a predator. The humans who survived weren't the calm ones. They were the ones who imagined every possible danger before it happened. That habit of replaying scenarios, imagining worst cases, scanning for threats, it kept our ancestors alive long enough to pass that same wiring down to us. The problem is, your brain today still runs that exact same program, except the bush in the dark has been replaced by an unanswered text message, an awkward conversation, or a decision you haven't made yet. Your mind doesn't know the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. It treats both the same way, as something worth obsessing over until it feels solved. Here's something most people don't realize. Overthinking feels productive. That's exactly why it's so hard to stop. Every time you replay a mistake or rehearse a worst-case outcome, your brain releases a small sense of control. It tells you, I'm preparing, I'm being careful, I'm solving this. But there's a catch. Thinking about a problem and solving a problem are not the same thing. Overthinking convinces you they are. This is the loop. You feel anxious, so you think harder, hoping the thinking will create safety. But more thinking just creates more anxiety, which makes you think even more. It's a system that feeds itself. And the more intelligent or detail-oriented you are, the easier it is to fall into this trap, because your mind is simply better at generating possibilities, including the bad ones. You can't just tell yourself to stop overthinking, because the part of your brain doing the overthinking isn't listening to logic, it's listening to uncertainty. Overthinking almost always shows up when something feels unresolved, an unclear relationship, an unknown outcome, a decision with no obvious right answer. Your brain hates open loops. It will keep returning to that uncertainty over and over, not because it's broken, but because it's trying to close a door that hasn't been closed yet. So the goal was never to force the thoughts to stop. The goal is to give your brain something it actually trusts more than worry. Here's the shift. Instead of thinking about the problem, write it down and ask yourself one simple question. Is there an action I can take on this right now? If yes, you take a small step, just one. Your brain registers that as progress and the loop weakens. If the answer is no, there's nothing to do right now, you tell yourself that clearly. There is nothing more to do today. That sentence sounds simple, but it gives your brain permission to stop scanning, because you've replaced uncertainty with a decision. This works because your mind doesn't need every answer. It just needs to feel like the search is over for now. Overthinking was never a sign that something is wrong with you. It's a sign that your brain is doing exactly what it was built to do: protect you from uncertainty. The difference is you don't live in a world of hidden predators anymore. You live in a world of emails, decisions, and what-ifs. And those don't need 1,000 replays. They need one honest answer, even if that answer is simply not now. So next time your mind starts looping, don't fight it. Just ask it the one question it's really waiting for. What can I actually do about this right now? If this helped you understand your own mind a little better, subscribe to Human Instincts. We break down the hidden patterns behind why we think, feel, and act the way we do every single week.